Hi, I'm Celeste Chandler, and this is the I Am Vets Community News Podcast. If you're looking at us on YouTube, we would like you to like, subscribe, and hit the comment and the notification bell. And thank you for tuning in. If you listen to us on audio, you can check us out on iHeartRadio, iTunes, and Spotify. Today we have a special guest. We're going to be talking about penny stocks, and he's very informed about that. Thank you so much for coming, Roland.
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for having me.
All right, Roland. Um, Tell us who you work for in your background.
So currently I am self-employed. I don't work for anybody but myself. I have a background in the military. I was in the Marine Corps for about 6.5 years. In the Marine Corps, I did aviation logistics, just paperwork and kind of like supply.
Okay.
But since then, I've been out and just doing my own thing for the most part. I was recently employed, but I since figured out I do my own thing.
All right. Well, that's what we want people to know about. At I Am Vets, we want people who are retired, military people who are retired and active duty in transition. We want them to be able to start their own businesses. So we commend you for starting your own business as a veteran. And thank you for doing that.
Appreciate that.
So we want to talk about penny stocks. Can you explain to the audience what penny stocks are?
Well, penny stocks are just lower price stocks, usually under $5, but they can be over that amount sometimes. But penny stocks are just the most poorly managed and traded companies on Wall Street. They get a bad rep because they have little to no fundamentals as far as like their financial strength. But I found the opportunity and the inefficiency in the penny stock market to be able to trade and to be able to be profitable with those types of stocks.
Okay, so you say that they're undermanaged and something like that. So why would we have confidence in investing in those penny stocks when that's the general feel of how they are?
We don't have confidence in investing in them. We trade them. We don't invest. There's a distinct difference between trading and investing. Trading is more short term. Think of it like a house flip, and investing is long term, buy and hold. So I never buy and hold penny stocks. That's a quick way to ruin your account. But instead, I strategically enter and exit them on specific times in order to get quick flips.
Okay, you don't trust them. So you're not investing. So tell us the difference between investing and trading.
Yeah, so trading is short term buy and sell. So it can be a day trade where you buy and sell it on the same day or even like the same minute. Or it can be a swing trade where you maybe hold it for a day or two, maybe a week. Investing is more longer term. So if you're investing in something, you're holding it for several months, if not several years.
Okay.
So I definitely say do not invest into penny stocks because those are not the right ones to invest in. You got better companies for that, Apple, Google, the bigger names that are already blue chip stocks that people already know and love. These companies, they're more for, well, I should say this, my strategy is mainly to extract the short-term gains out of these companies and put it into my long-term investment portfolio. So I use the money I make off the quick flips and I use it to fund my investments, which are my buy and holds.
Okay. All right. So for me, as a layperson, I'm like, okay, how much time is this going to take out of my day? If I really want to trade penny stocks and make money, how much effort, I guess, should I say? Because it's hard for people to try things new. And sometimes they want to know, okay, I know it's going to be different from each person, but can you tell us how much time you spend?
Oh, I obsessed over it. So when I learn stuff, I jump down the rabbit hole. So I'll study for 10 hours a day if I have to. But that's just my mentality. And I've come to learn in my teaching of the subject that everybody's not like me and everybody doesn't operate that way. So I had to come up with a strategy that made it more fitting for the average person trying to get into it.
Right.
So to answer your question, I would say it really depends, but it's like how anything is in life. How much effort are you going to put into it?
Right.
Are you going to study while the TV's on, while the kids are crying in the background?
Right.
Because if you put in an hour that way, I don't really count that as an hour.
Right.
So it just depends on how much time you put in the front end. I had some younger kids were asking me about stocks and trading and whatnot, and on the same question that you were asking, and I asked them, how many times a day do you play 2K? How many times a day do you play Madden? It's always going to take time for you to learn the buttons, learn the gameplay and everything. But once you learn the gameplay and you play, 4 or 5 times, you become more accustomed to it. Right. And I think many people, when trying to learn something new, they quit on themselves too early because they don't really know themselves and know how they learn. So they jump into anything with any type of technique to try to learn that, and that's really not the case. But to get back to your original question, it doesn't take that much time to trade penny stocks. You don't need to allocate a whole day in order to trade. Sometimes I made trades that are literally 2 minutes long. Again, I'm in 9:31, I'm out 9:33, and I'm done for the day. Okay. It all depends on what strategy you utilize.
Okay, so let's talk about the money.
Okay.
Let's say, how much money can you make? How much do you need to put out to get some money back?
Okay. So I recommend $1,500 to $2,000, and for two main reasons. Getting a $2,000 account is considered a margin account, and with a margin account, you'll be able to freely trade. That means you'll be able to buy when you think the stocks are going up, and you'll be able to sell when you think stocks are going down. Think of it as having a forehand and a backhand in tennis. Okay. Most people only think that you can just buy stocks at low and sell them high, but they don't know that you can sell stocks first high and then buy them back again when they drop down low. Okay. So that for sure.
Okay. With a $2,000 investment, let's say 2 months. If you're doing everything right. I mean, if worst comes to worst, you lose it all. But if you do well, if you make good decisions, average round about how much money you think the person can make to start out with that $2,000.
It depends on the market, but you can usually double or triple that account within that time frame, trading properly.
Okay. So what do you say a person has to do to get that skill level up to be able to make that?
So you definitely have to have some form of formal education.
Okay.
Whether it's taking a course like the one I have or taking someone else's course, but you have to identify a strategy to follow. The most mistakes that someone makes is they don't have a strategy going into the trade. So they just buy it and they don't know when to get out. They don't know what they're doing, or they're just basically gambling.
So tell us about your company, because you say you help people with that, right?
Yes. So I run G5 Trades. I'm basically an educational consultant. And with G5 Trades, we teach people how to trade the way that I know how to trade. So we have an online website, go at your own pace course, because I realize that everyone can't put in the same amount of time each day. And that course goes like week to week basis in the 7 weeks. And from there, you'll have at least a roadmap and a blueprint, an idea, a fundamental base to start trading. Now, when everyone starts trading, when everyone learns how to trade, it's almost cookie cutter. You find somebody that you like the way they trade and you start mimicking them. But once you get into your own groove, you start to customize things from their trading strategy, take things out, put things in that fits your personality. Okay. So that's why some of these questions are hard to give specific answers, because it depends on the personality of the person.
Okay. Such as a risk taker and a person who's very more conservative. Okay.
Or even someone who has time. Let's say they are open from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and someone else is working at a job from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Both of those people both have opportunities to trade, but just they have to trade different ways around their own schedules.
Okay. Now, tell us more about your company and how you educate people.
So G5 Trades, our flagship course is how to day trade penny stocks. I originally came out with that course back in 2019. It's since been revised and, of course, polished up a little bit. And in that course, we have a 7-week module where we teach you how to find stocks to trade, patterns trading stocks, the terms and definitions, teach you about accountability, the brokers, and everything you need to get started and get a fundamental baseline on trading. We also have a Discord channel in which we have a community, so you can talk to other traders that have been in my class and that still are, participating with me in that chat room. And besides that, we also have smaller courses like webinars that you can check out, and that's underneath the flagship program.
Okay. About how much does something like that cost with you?
So it's $850. But of course, for I Am Vets, we're gonna have a coupon code, so those that come through the channel will be able to take care of them.
All right. Okay. So y'all be sure to go down to the comment section and check out the link. And tell us again the name of your company. We want to drive home your brand.
G5 Trades with a Z.
All right. So Roland, thank you so much for coming and sharing with us. Thank you again for coming. And also, you're a veteran and you have your own business, and I want to commend you again for that.
Thank you.
As an entrepreneur and a veteran, tell us how you feel about other veterans starting their own companies like yours.
I think it's the absolute way to go. As you can see with the times, the inflation and whatnot, it's hard to depend on an outside source besides the efforts of yourself for income. I think everyone should strive for self-sufficiency on no matter what level they're at. So even if it's selling shirts at first, selling plates at the barbershop, it doesn't matter what it is. Start something that you can grow yourself and actually put in the work and time for yourself in order to build it.
All right. Well, once again, this is the I Am Vets Community News Podcast. And today we have Roland from G5 Trading, and we thank you so much for coming. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell, and leave a comment, and check the link for G5 Trading. Y'all, it's out for I Am Vets. Thank you.